Hey everybody, welcome to Big Human Dead.
Yes.
Is your host, Neil MacKay, a.k.a. Buddy Black. I am here, as always, with my good buddy, Rob Ayers. And back by, I don't want to say popular demand, because that's not entirely accurate, is my brother, Kyle MacKay, who,
hello.
Yeah, who's just here again for some reason.
Apparently I'm an expert.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess our pool of experts is pretty.
Our state witness.
Yeah.
It's really the bottom of the barrel if you're looking for experts and stuff like this.
Yeah, I guess so. I get someone needs to be available.
Great. That's the only requirement, is that you know me and I'm available.
Yeah. That's.
So I think I'm really excited about this episode because, I mean, you two are brothers, and I know one of you pretty well, and the other one, Kyle, I've only heard rumors of.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's Johnny Nightstick and Jimmy Icepack together again, terrorizing the commoners.
Yeah. Yeah, just not a good time. Not a good time really for anyone, except for Johnny and Jimmy. That's. Anyway, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit today. We're not gonna horror movie it up so hard, as we're sort of gonna expand it out to another genre, a tiny little
closely
bit.
related genre. Closely related.
Something probably the reason why we asked Kyle to join us. So growing up, Kyle and I, at around maybe when I was about, I think according to Kyle, once I turned 13.
Once you became interesting.
Once I became interesting, which is around 12 or 13,
right.
Kyle and I actually became pretty good friends. Kyle's my older brother, so basically I had to. It was a 12-year audition, essentially, to be his friend.
Yeah.
And so we played Dungeons and Dragons together, and we played video games together, and we also sort of developed a love of unpopular movies together, I guess is the nice way of putting it, or B movies, whatever. And one genre that we sort of watched all the time, just because I guess they were pretty inexpensive to make in sort of like the late 80s, early 90s, were the sort of post-apocalyptic movies like Battle Truck and Warriors of the Wasteland.
I love those.
And so good. Very, very good movies. So what I was thinking about, because Kyle was available today. Let's talk about which one of these scenarios you would most want to live in.
Okay.
Which one of these post-apocalyptic worlds you would most want to live in?
Yeah, Kyle, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, man, I after thinking about a post-apocalyptic things, I realized that I would be dead in most of them.
Yes.
I have no skills that would make me survive in most of them. I don't drive. I'm not out of shape, but I'm certainly not an athlete. I'm not going to be able to run away from, like, gangs of rapists. I don't know how to use a gun. Like, I suck in all of them. Probably the one that I think I could survive in is the one depicted in the TV show Last Man on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
right
okay.
On.
Only because, like, everybody dies. I think they say it's some sort of disease, but they don't really get with it.
Right.
But there's no conflict afterwards.
Yes.
Whatever killed them isn't around. There's no gangs, there's no zombies, there's no disease. He just spends his time like shitting in a backyard pool.
Yeah.
And he goes to the White House and takes like the presidential seal for like his front doormat. Like it's completely low key because it's a comedy. And I think I can survive in a world like that.
Yeah.
Almost every other post-apocalyptic is either an action movie or like a horror movie or drama, and the stakes are so much higher that I would be one of those people killed off in like the first 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, you would just be the guys just wearing I don't understand in these movies how everyone's wearing trench coats all the time, and it just takes place in the desert.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, you would be just the guy with no teeth wearing a trench coat in a shack that would maybe give somebody who was good at doing this some stuff, and then
but the movie's not ever about the guy with no teeth,
no, hang on
teeth in a shack.
Kyle, no.
Yeah.
So yes, and then you would give the guy something, and then
He would be the shady contractor.
yeah, and then you might get captured and then tortured a bunch, and the guy would come back and try to rescue you.
Right,
or,
but that's not the world I want to live in.
No, Kyle, listen.
Where I get tortured.
Listen to me, I'm not done. But yeah, he would come
Let's
back,
keep the parameters
maybe not
straight.
specifically to rescue you, but he'd find you and he's like, "Oh, Kyle," and like you'd get up and be like, "I'm so cold," and maybe you might fire a gun at some dude, but like it wouldn't, like as you were trying to escape, but it wouldn't work, and then you'd sort of get impaled with something,
But as
Yeah, you're describing like 95% of all post-apocalyptic stuff is what that would happen to me.
I think it's awesome that like Kyle stated actually more than once that this is not the world that this is not the post-apocalyptic world he wants to live in.
Yeah.
But Neil, you keep going on as if it is. Like, no, Kyle, really, I know you. You're my brother. This is the one you want.
I know it's best.
Let me tell you more about it.
That's right.
Hold on, let me sell you on it. I haven't hit the sweet spot of the sale yet.
See, and that's sort of it. I would have to pick a world that was sort of based around a comedy. Like, I sort of thought about Shaun of the Dead, but I don't know if that's actually... It's not an apocalypse. It's a zombie movie, but it's not like it's the end of the world because it just goes back to being normal again.
Right.
So that probably wouldn't work. I mean, at least Last Man on Earth, it is like there's a handful of people left alive.
Yeah.
Like, Zombieland has some funny bits, but it's still a really dark place where people die a lot. So all of those are just kind of bummers that I think I'd be one of the dead people.
Yeah, I feel like if you're approaching this question, Kyle, without the confidence to be any more than like an extra in one of these,
Oh my god, that's rough.
I think it's gonna end poorly for you.
I think that any post-apocalyptic movie where I'm the lead, it's going to be a really fucking boring movie is what it comes down to.
It's a shame you don't have a brother to help you out in this.
Well, it sounds like he'd be the one that would be giving me to the gangs of people and waiting for him to get away.
Exactly.
Yeah, like if Kyle, I think if you and I were Mad Maxing because neither of us know how to drive or really like we would basically just be smart asses like while everyone else in bondage gear. Yeah, we would be tied to the roof of a car so quickly. It's not even funny. Yeah, no, I'm there with you as far as like Mad Max and all that stuff's concerned. My answer was going to be Six-String Samurai.
Nice.
Oh.
And for those of you who haven't seen this movie, it's
do
awesome.
yourself a favor and see it as soon as possible.
It's like it's sort of, well, I mean, obviously because that's what we're talking about. It's like a post-apocalyptic movie sort of taking place in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And the king of Las Vegas has died, Elvis basically. So all of these like classic rock and rollers are on their way from wherever they are to Las Vegas to claim the throne.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole movie is just like sword fights and guitar battles. And just
and we follow our hero, Buddy.
Yeah, roundhouse kicking commies, and the main character is Buddy. He's basically Buddy Holly. I think I would do okay. Like I can swing a sword around, and I can play guitar. Yes, I can.
You can flail a sword around, but that doesn't mean you're gonna. It gets someone who knows what they're doing. You're done.
Oh shit! Here comes Big Brother. Just come popping balloons. Tearing veils away.
You said there's three things. There's swinging swords, playing guitar, and roundhouse kicks. You can do one of the three.
Well, and I can do the other two. Like I wouldn't be that guy.
Okay,
I'd still be me.
Of those three skills, though, do you really think guitar battle is the one that you need to be the best at?
That shows up a lot in that movie. Guitar battles show up a lot in that movie.
Right, but say you're better at guitar than someone, and then he pulls out a sword, and he's better at a sword than you are at guitar.
Look, if I'm trying to make my way from wherever I'm going to Las Vegas, I'm not above like just shanghaiing him and just shoving my sword in his face when he doesn't expect it. Like, I'm okay with doing that.
Yeah, like palling up to those who are more skilled, and then like cutting their throat in their sleep, or what? What do you?
Yeah, I'll do that if I have to. You got to
right.
survive out there.
It's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, who's watching? It's after the apocalypse.
Kyle,
So-
I will admit that perhaps I am exaggerating my ability to katana duel, but I don't think I'm exaggerating it that much.
Have you,
So
Kyle? Have
your
you witnessed
response
him?
then? Your response then is you're going to seduce these people so you can share their bed so you can kill them later? That's the way you're going to get up through the ranks of the villains,
man.
is to become their love interest.
Whatever, man.
Rough.
I guess you got to do what it takes to survive.
Oh wow, it's true.
All right.
And just to be clear, this is the world you want to be in, right?
Yeah, he chooses the one where he's the sex doll of all those who are more powerful. Right on.
That's sure.
It's yeah. I guess that's my choice.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess you only get one, so that's I can't.
Right on. For me,
All
this
right.
was a difficult. This was a difficult one for me, and I don't know why. I thought of The Last Man on Earth, the old Vincent Price movie, just
Oh, yeah.
because it's similar to why you chose the last Man. What is yours? What is that show
I think
called?
it's still called The Last Man on Earth. It's
That's
just
the
a
same
TV
title.
show.
It's a fairly new show.
Yeah, I really like that
Yeah,
show.
it's only been on one season.
Yeah, I hope it comes back. It's pretty.
It
badass.
is. I enjoyed it. No, I thought of the Vincent Price one too. Yeah.
Yeah, and for the same reason, it's just chill. I mean, he's beating up vampires, but like it's not a big threat. He's kind of cutting their throats in their sleep as well. It's
Well,
there's
happens.
really no
then
great shakes.
you get half the time where you know they're not coming after you. Like there's that.
Right.
Right. Like you could you could feel relatively safe most of the day,
Exactly.
and you set Home Alone traps. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Home Alone, but he's an adult.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I thought of that.
That's-
Then I thought of maybe Mad Max.
I
just
really
'cause-
want to pitch that movie. I really want to pitch a movie. It's like Home Alone, but he's grown up.
Yes. So
Really?
he does
Okay,
grown-up
it's-
things? No. He still does all sorts
No.
of
It's
weird
still
shit.
Micro Machines.
Yeah.
It's just he's just really weird.
I thought of Mad Max, but then I think I just like those movies. I don't know if I actually want to live in that world.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
No.
Yeah. I didn't mind that movie too much, actually. Like I had read a couple of the comic
There's
books before I had seen the
the,
movie, and it was, I don't know,
Tank
seemed like
Girl
that sort of '90s
world.
cheese all
Even though
over
that movie
again.
sucked,
which
I'm a huge
I was
fan
okay.
of that comic
I was
book.
okay with that, but I mean,
And-
yeah, the comic books are way better
No?
for sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And then there's The Quiet Earth, but again, I think I chose that for the same reason as The Last Man on Earth, because it all seemed pretty
Yeah.
relaxed. You're just kind of driving around England, and you meet some hot chick and get down, and have some jealous battle in the end. But it's only with one guy. You're not fighting hordes.
Yeah,
And,
sorry.
in the
Something that I
end,
wanted to clarify
I-
at the beginning.
it
like
came
we're
down
not
to a
talking
few. It
about
came down to,
dystopias.
Death Race
Yeah.
2000,
no one.
which isn't really
Yeah.
a post-apocalyptic movie, and so that one got disqualified. But I couldn't help but think. Mm-hmm. Right. That was. I think that was one thing that tripped me up, is because I had a hard time divorcing
Yeah.
the two, dystopia and post-apocalypse. Even though there is a very obvious difference. In one, most of the people are dead, and that kind of adds a different atmosphere. And so, for me, it came down to Damnation Alley or Cherry 2000. Because in one, you have George Peppard driving around in a huge RV, picking people up and saving people and kicking ass.
It didn't just
And
jump
that
out to
seems
number
like a
one.
pretty cool adventure. Even though
There's only a few psycho rapists.
And for the most part, it's just
can't.
environmental chaos.
I think a few is a few too many, really.
I think that,
What, Cherry? Yeah, exactly. Or Cherry 2000.
So you'd be in that world, but only if
That's
Melanie
also
Griffith is in there with you?
Or Cherry 2000, but mainly because
yeah.
Oh, okay.
because it has Melanie Griffith.
She's
and
in this world
just
too.
banging in that movie.
Yeah, just-
Only if I could have Melanie Griffith with me. Yeah. That's true. Okay, maybe I just hang out here for a while
Yeah.
then. Yeah, so I guess I would have to go with Damnation Alley because I think even Cherry 2000 is really kind of pushing the limits of the rules on this.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't quite post-apocalypse. I think if I remember the movie right, something had happened. Obviously, the society had fallen and then rebuilt itself to some extent. But for the most
So,
part, I mean,
given that
people had
Kyle and I had sort of taken
cyborg
our
servants that looked like
personalities and
Melanie
our
Griffith.
skill
So,
sets in
shit's
mind,
not too bad.
and
So I guess
we're
Damnation Alley would
heavily
have to be mine.
criticized for doing so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just-
that's true. Okay.
yeah.
My
That is
skill
one
set
of
for
the
Damnation
lowest
Alley
key
is I know
sort
how
of
to drive.
a skill set.
So
I can
if-
take
when
over
George Papard
driving
gets a
when
little tired
somebody
and
is
needs to take a little
tired.
nap,
Therefore,
I
I
can
can
take over
survive in a
the wheel.
post-apocalyptic
good
world.
to go.
You don't bring any other marketable skills to the table. Just I can drive occasionally at night.
What were some of the other ones you were considering, Kyle? Because I was considering Waterworld, because I actually know how to swim fairly well.
No, I actually thought of Waterworld too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that the Twilight Zone episode where everyone's dead, and he's like, "Perfect, now I have time to read," and then he breaks his glasses.
Yeah.
And I certainly wear glasses, and it would suck without them. But I think I could manage. Like I don't think it's as big a deal as he's making it out to be.
Yeah. And there's probably other
Oh, yeah.
glasses out
Who
there.
loses glasses?
Yeah, you could
It'd
just
take
find
a
them.
minute. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, back then I don't think they had like 1 hour content
Yeah.
The
delivery or
the
anything like that. Like,
TV show
Burgess Meredith would have had to
Adventure Time is
read
post-apocalyptic.
some books on
When you start to
glass
get into the background of it,
Okay.
Just a vicious circle
and
of
it's
frustration.
wacky in that like there's a candy kingdom and like a breakfast kingdom, and there's all these princesses and weird stuff going on. It's still relatively dangerous, but only because the main characters keep throwing themselves in the middle of adventures. But for most people, it's not a big deal. You would just hang out. I could probably do that, but yeah, like going through sort of the lists of movies, most of them are just terrible places to live.
Right on.
Like
There was-
they're just awful.
There was one that I had thought of just because it would be super metal, but I've actually never seen the movie, so I don't think I was allowed to pick
Yes.
it. It was Reign of Fire, starring...
Oh, with the dragons?
Yeah, it's just just machine guns and dragons. Like that, I could do that. I could live there if I had to. I'd rather...
Wow.
No,
Really?
I was, I'd rather
Yeah.
live there than like Mad
Matthew
Max
McConaughey
or
and Christian
fucking
Bale.
Waterworld. Yeah, I could do Reign of Fire.
Yeah. See that movie. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but with with a dragon or
Yeah.
several dragons. Yeah,
That movie to me seemed kind of like it just
Like
seemed
what-
like kind of living in an old mining town today, is what the movie seemed like.
Well,
Yeah.
it's that once in a while,
just
like
move
were
to-
dragons happening more
you just
often
move to, like, an
in that
old
movie just because they were
Town
protagonists?
in
Like
in
maybe
the Holler in
there's a lot of
Kentucky,
parts of the world where dragons
and
show
just
up once
add a
every
dragon
40
overhead
years.
once in a while.
And if that's the case, maybe it's
Right
totally fine. Like, oh, well, I heard from my dad that there may be dragons here. I haven't really dealt with one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I haven't
Right.
seen the movie, but I'm just looking at the poster and
Yeah.
looking at
That's all you need.
looking at the poster. I don't know if I want to see this movie.
I
Not
saw one on
because-
YouTube, but that's about it. Yeah.
Not for any other reason that the poster looks so amazing. that the movie
Yeah, it's true.
can't stand up. So there's a bunch of like combat choppers, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like let's call it 7
It's a good
dragons
poster, yeah.
breathing fire all over London, England, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's
What is a group of dragons called? Is it a flock? Or murder? I think it would be an inferno. An
With
inferno of
dragons,
dragons.
Is it a flock of dragons
a
or
cloud
a murder
of dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flock or murder or
yeah.
a pod.
One of my favorite
An inferno of
things,
dragons.
I guess
Yeah.
like in the back of the Oxford
Yes.
English Dictionary,
An infernal
in one
cloud
of the editions
of
they
dragon
had,
pods.
as they normally do, they have how many liters are in a gallon and all that stuff. And then they have a list there saying, oh hey, how many like what's a group of crows is called a murder, and all of that stuff. And under hermits,
Mm-hmm.
I guess a bunch of hermits altogether is an observance of hermits.
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer hermits anymore if they're hanging out together.
My favorite one of those is pandas. Apparently, if you have a bunch of pandas, it's an embarrassment of pandas.
Really?
But
Yeah.
then are they actually hermits? Yeah.
Is that just poor Chinese to English translation? Like,
No,
is that...
I don't know how those things happen. I think if you're just, the scientist who's working at it, you can coin the term, and as long as other
What
people
bitter
are
old
cool
Chinese
with it, then
man
it
wrote
becomes
that?
fine. Like, I don't know how that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
He's just a bitter old Chinese. Yeah. A bitter old Chinese scientist who came up with some kind of cool invention, but then it got overshadowed by, the pandas are mating. Wow. And then he got
I
charged
love the
with,
idea
hey,
that one of the first
hey,
guys that was,
Ching,
studying
why don't you
pandas.
name something? We need
Hated
to
pandas.
do a press release. What are the bunch of pandas
Big,
called?
stupid, fluffy,
I'll take
adorable
care of this. Don't worry.
idiots. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Six-string samurai. Yeah,
Oh man. And so you were gonna go to either Waterworld or Reign of Fire if you couldn't go to the Six-String Samurai. Waterworld would be weird. That would be. I don't know.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
wouldn't be
Well,
so
I mean,
bad.
the first scene of that
would be
movie is
pretty
him
chill as
drinking his
well.
own urine.
Right.
It was stressful for.
I mean, it's
for
filtered,
Costner
but
and everything, but
which
and if you're a kid with a tattoo on your back, but other than that, you're golden. You're just.
well, see, but when I saw that, I figured that they need to conserve water, but I just sort of figured that
Yeah,
Kevin
but I mean-
Costner might be one of the few people that knows how to
But no one
filter
made
it,
him do that.
He
and
was.
everyone
Yeah,
else
he-
just
he-
drinks their urine.
Like,
You peed
I
in a
think that was
machine.
more voluntary
Yeah.
than anything.
Right. So, but I would assume that most people don't know how to do that, so they just have to drink their urine. They don't really show that later on. I just assumed that
Okay.
was the case.
Are you suggesting, Kyle,
Yes.
that movie needed to be longer
Yes.
than the almost 3 hours it already was?
Oh yeah. Okay,
Oh,
that's a good
God.
point.
Just 45
Yeah.
minutes of piss drinking.
Right.
That's. Yeah.
That's right.
At
I
least
left the theater
45
being like, I'm
minutes.
dying to know what happens with urine.
Yes. Yeah, we need to wrap up that plot hole.
Something, Rob, that you don't know about Kyle is that he does have a fairly large.
What about
collection
everybody
of
else? Does everybody have
self-authored
piss
fan
breath?
fiction,
Ugh.
in which he just has the characters drink their own pee. It's not even Waterworld. I read one. There was a Battlestar Galactica one.
Yep.
Kevin Costner movies.
There was another one. I think it was like Over the Hedge, whatever
Right
that
on.
movie is.
Yep.
Yes.
Madagascar. Yeah, Groundhog Day. Really weird. I mean, it's very well written. But I mean, you read one, you've read them all.
I think my work with the same thing with Shawshank Redemption
Groundhog Day.
is actually way better than the movie.
It's everything.
It
makes
makes
way
the
more sense.
friendship between Andy and Red come together so much better once they share their urine between them.
All right,
Yeah.
let's just walk away from that one.
I saw Andy and that yellow fluid dripping down his chin, and I knew this boy needs some help.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Cool.
So let's Rob, what do you got
Yeah.
for us?
I have something for you. It's a little part. It's a little thing that I like to call. Dun, 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 dun. What do you do?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, and this is all. I am very interested to hear both your sides of each of these questions, and it's a "What do you do?" style questionnaire, all based on apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic films. Okay, so number 1, Day of the Triffids. Meteors have blinded you. Killer plants are all over the place. Do you stay put until you figure out a plan of, or where to start moving, or what to do first? Or do you just start going somewhere and figure it out on the way?
Are we a team or are we acting independently?
You are acting independently on this one.
Okay. Kyle, why don't you go first?
I would probably wait around and try to come up with something.
Okay.
Especially if I don't know the exact, like saying that it's killer plants, I'd probably try to observe them and see how they're killing people so that I
Right.
could avoid that. Like, are there different types? Maybe there's ones that kill only if you get too close to. I would try to look at the whole scenario and then try to come up with the best thing. And if I'm lucky,
Yeah.
if movies teach me anything, at some point some protagonist is going to come in
Yeah.
and be like, don't worry, I got this, and then I can
Yeah.
just follow them out.
You gotta,
Right.
Kyle, you gotta.
Look, I've already
Well, I'm
played an
obviously an
apocalyptic
extra.
movie. I'm
Like-
dead. So I know that in this scenario, I'm probably not going to survive anyway.
Oh man.
So I'm just going to wait for someone else to get me out of this.
Yeah.
But no, I
Okay.
would just to charge in the middle of a bunch of killer plants,
Yeah.
blinded by meteors, seems like a foolish thing to do. If
Okay.
nothing else, staying put might make me alive for a few hours longer.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. And you, Neil?
I'm not gonna be able to seduce the plants.
Not this time.
And yeah, I don't feel like botany. Like I don't feel like there's a lot of on the job training for botany.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna go for it.
Right on.
Yeah. I'll figure it out as I go. There's no point just staying
By the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
The seat of your blind pants.
the seat of my Oh, I'm blind?
Yeah, because the meteors came and they blinded everybody
Oh,
who
okay.
saw them.
Yeah, I'd still go.
All right.
Go. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. La Jetée or 12 Monkeys, whichever you prefer. You're just a cog in the post-apocalyptic world. You're sent back in time to find information on how to make things better. You find that information on how to make things better. Do you stay in the past or our present, or do you go into the future again to help the future?
Let's stay in the past. I never understand in any of those movies where, like, somebody is in, like, a far, far better situation. Like, I could stay here and live like a king, or I could return to my whatever world and just, like, I don't know, whatever, just because,
Because your paymasters
told
told
exactly.
you to come back.
No, yeah, I'd absolutely stay.
Right on.
I'd probably stay too, but like I can understand why people will go back if they had like family there. Like if you're
Okay.
like, oh yeah, I've got a wife, but screw her, I'm gonna live in a time where, like it's in the '80s, and I want to listen to Duran Duran. Is
Right.
not a good reason to stay if you've got people that count on you.
No, it's that whole like the whole like open your eyes Vanilla Sky thing where it's like, do you want to return to the dream or do you want to live life for real? It's like, no, I'm going to return to the dream. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably stay too. Just if you're a cog in some sort of machine and it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
a good time,
Right.
and you could have a better time. Now, if you were trapped in an insane asylum or something in the present, then maybe sure, it's better to go back to the future. But
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Right on. Okay, the Andromeda strain.
Okay.
Do you guys know the Andromeda strain, where the disease is manufactured and then It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the worst
yeah.
case
Yeah, yeah.
scenario. Might kill the world. Okay, so this happens. You can either have one antidote, one shot that will save you from the disease, or 2 weeks early warning before the disease comes out and kills everyone. One or the other. Which do you choose?
Kyle?
I'd probably go with the vaccine.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Because 2 weeks warning isn't. I mean, you could live it up for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I guess knowing that there's not going to be really any long-term consequences of what you're going to do.
Right.
Although
Unless
I
you
don't
get
think I could
busted really
properly
fast.
enjoy that, because I think part of me would be like, what if I did survive this? Like, no matter what information you're given, there would be a back part of my mind be like, maybe it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So no, I think I'd rather just make sure that I'm going to survive it.
That's a good point, the paranoia. So if you have 2 weeks and like you go a few days and you're just going hog wild, and then you're really going to start doing some illegal shit, and then you think, what if it's just a big trick? Then
Right.
I really just fucked up my whole life forever.
Yeah.
Well, like whenever you see those cults that believe like the meteorite's going to fly by and they're all going to go to heaven,
Yeah.
you hear those stories of people that sell their houses and all their possessions,
Yes.
and then the comet comes by and they're still on Earth.
Well,
Like that's
the worst.
like there are stupid people to do that, and I would feel like I would be in the same state, that I would do
Okay.
something dumb, and then 2
Okay.
weeks would go by and there would be no virus.
It's like that. It's like that parrot I drowned right before Y2K. Like,
Right.
I still look
Oh,
back
man.
on that. That was really that was no good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay,
no.
so you both-
For me, like, I don't think 2 weeks is enough to even warn anybody. Like,
So
no
if you had
no one's
if you
gonna
had more
listen to me.
time,
Well, no one's gonna listen to me, no matter what.
Right.
Like, I'd have to.
yeah, no matter what, you could have 5 years and no one's gonna
Yeah,
listen
exactly.
to you.
So yeah, no, I'll
right.
just pick the vaccine. Why
Okay.
not? Yeah.
Phase 4. If you could choose any other insect to recolonize the Earth other than ants, which would it be? Bee. Get it? Bee. Zing.
You guys don't even need me. Actually, he doesn't even need you, Kyle. Like, it's
Nope.
just- I don't know. I think dragonflies are pretty cool.
That would be kick-ass.
Yeah, seriously.
I'd probably go with beetles.
Okay.
'Cause apparently there's more varieties of beetle than any other bug. Like there's like tens of thousands of different species of beetle.
Yeah.
So at least it wouldn't be boring. There'd be
Right.
a lot of different beetles.
That's good. I like that. Right on. Okay. You're a shitbag, tough as nails criminal. You just got caught in Junction City, Kansas. So you're right in the middle of America, of the United States. You're given the choice of which prison you want to go to, because they're both the same distance away. Do you want to escape from New York or escape from LA?
That's a tough
yeah.
question because they're really both the same.
I don't know. Cinematically, one is much goofier.
No, I know. I think I'm going to want to escape from New York because there were a lot of things that happened in Escape from LA that I don't really want to be around.
Really? I feel like Escape from New York, you're gonna lose whatever soft edge you have, and you're gonna come out of there a pretty hard dude. It seemed
No.
like a much harder place than Escape from LA.
And I'd probably do Escape from LA just because I'm sure the weather would be nicer.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're not going to escape it. It's going to be like a terrible winter.
Yes.
that whole surfing thing just and like
Just
the
turned
back-
you right on.
the-
That was
the-
your style.
No. And then like the basketball match. Like there's just a lot of
Oh
stuff
God, I
that
forgot
goes
about the
on.
basketball.
There's just a lot of stuff that goes on in that movie. I just don't think I would
Yeah.
take I would give up. I would be broken.
Yeah.
After-
So you would choose New York not because LA is tougher, but because it's just more embarrassing to witness.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I feel like after, like, oh, hey, like we're going to cut your face off unless you can, hit
Right after
more.
this dance-off.
Yeah, right after this dance-off. Or, you can hit more homers than this guy. I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. This is... No, I
Right on.
can't do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so Escape from New York for me.
Cool. All right. Children of Men.
Oh, God.
The last hope for mankind is one of you. This one you're together. Both of you are in the same situation on this one.
Okay. All right.
Side by
Okay.
side. The last hope for mankind is one of you must get impregnated like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Junior.
Okay.
The other one of you must defend and protect the other, like Clive Owen did. Who fills which role? Which one of you is getting pregnant, and which one of you is the Clive Owen / Danny DeVito hybrid?
Okay. My gut on this, Kyle, is that I would get pregnant because you're older.
Right.
And it's like more health risks for the
Yeah,
baby?
there are
for
more
older
health
people?
risks for the baby. Like
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
And I know that you have a baby on the way, so you're
Right.
already dealing with some of that stuff right
yeah.
now.
Sure.
Your
Whereas I
hormones
don't
are
have a
already
kid,
changing.
so I would be more... I wouldn't really know what I'd be going through. So no, I think I would agree with that.
But my
Okay.
my problem is with that answer is that every single time something, like in this episode, every single time something's come up is like, you know what? Faced with any kind of conflict, I would 1000% die. Like there'd be nothing, any situation other than a situation where I am completely alone with no threat whatsoever. I just give up and die. So
Well,
I'm kind of wondering if you would be the best guy to protect me.
Well, I mean, the truth is that if I had to say if I was more like Danny DeVito or Clive Owen, it would probably be more like Danny DeVito.
No, Arnold
So I guess it
Schwarzenegger
depends.
got pregnant. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one that got
No,
pregnant.
No,
but
it's
exactly.
yeah.
But if I'm the one protecting you, as either
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Danny
that's right,
DeVito
that's
or
right.
Clive
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Owen,
Yeah.
I think if you basically the scenario is if you had to rely on Danny DeVito to protect you in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, would you feel comfortable with that? And I don't know if I would. And I think I would tend more to the DeVito side than the Clive Owen side.
Okay. Right on.
So it might be better if you're pregnant. As a pair, we might die faster. If I'm pregnant, we might survive longer, but maybe the child wouldn't.
Could theoretically be born with any number of issues.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay. Last two. Here's one. The Postman. Kevin Costner's got the post covered. You can choose your own civil service branch or position to inspire and revive society now. Which one do you take?
Ooh.
Uh,
Oh God.
Do you want to be like the Surgeon General, a security guard, community planner, human resources?
Oh.
As you wish. There's no wrong answer.
I on purpose didn't see the Postman because it looked absolutely fucking idiotic. And I have no respect for municipal services. Just none whatsoever.
I don't know if
I
we
don't
lose
know.
a couple members on this, or a few
I don't
listeners,
know.
but I kind of like
Maybe
the Postman.
maybe a lifeguard.
Lifeguard, nice.
Yeah, I'll be a lifeguard.
All
I
right.
feel like
The lifeguard.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
something either in like the Parks Department or
Okay.
maybe like the National Forestry Department, where you could just be like, you know what, Alaska, it's all a national park now,
Yeah.
and then just sign a form, like without having to do anything. Like there's so few people that you'd be like, all right, you guys, like north of the town where it's wilderness, just leave it there. It's a
Yes.
park. I
Cool.
won't do anything else.
Right on.
Maybe I
like
could build a slide for kids.
The thing is,
And that
you're
would be
not-
the...
Yeah,
Slide
there's no
for kids.
infrastructure. So even if I say like I'm FDA,
Yeah.
like all I would just go into restaurants and just be like, you can't serve that, or like I'm walking down the street of some terrible town.
yeah.
They're like, you shouldn't be drinking that dirty water. Like
FDA is just like, make sure you cook your chicken.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
And then you're done. That's your job.
yeah, that's about it.
The
No,
postman, actually seems like the job that takes the most amount of work in that scenario. Like, if you took any other civil service job, it's probably a lot easier than having to go hundreds of miles to deliver the mail.
Yes.
You could say Postmaster General at that point, and then Kevin Costner would work for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just to jump him.
just
to be an asshole.
No, it's still. I'd pick. I don't know. Lifeguard. I'm okay with lifeguard.
Lifeguard and a ranger. I like the idea of like the trailer for Kyle's. Is like you see the letters come. They're huge and they're like metal and rough hewn and stuff like that, and maybe some flames in the background, and it says Ranger. But then you see a picture, and he's actually like a park ranger wearing a Smokey the Bear hat, just hammering together an old slide for some children.
Yep.
I love it. Okay, and the last one, Oblivion, the Tom Cruise epic.
Perfect.
You go out of your sector and discover a clone of you is patrolling the neighboring sector. What is the first song that you play for him to see if he has the same taste as you? Neil, you go first.
Isla de Encarta by Pixies. I think that's what I'd play.
That would be a good barometer to see if you guys really are straight up clones.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs. It's not too long. You know, we can get to business.
Yeah.
Once he knows what's going on. Yeah, 100%.
Right on. And you, Kyle?
I don't know if it would necessarily be a song that I like, because some of the songs I like other people do. But I know that one of the songs that Neil hates more than any other is Star Trekkin'.
Yeah.
Like like from the Dr. Demento show. So I'd probably, if I saw a clone of myself, I'd probably want to know the background. So I'd play Star Trekking.
Yes.
And if he likes it because it annoys his clone brother, then at least we have like a common background. But if he's like, that song's just dumb, then I'll be like, okay, well, he's a clone, but he's completely different than me because he has a different upbringing.
Right.
So it's actually a use to get into his personal history.
Yeah.
As opposed to whether we just have the same taste in music.
Right. Wipes away any awkwardness. Like you'll know exactly what you're dealing with after that.
Right.
It's an embarrassment to everything.
It's so good. It's
literally
so good.
Everything.
Dr. Demento would not serve us anything that wasn't good for us. Neil.
Excellent.
Oh, God. What?
Come back.
What?
Come back, Neil. Come back to us. So in this last part, as we're heading towards the light on this one, what about the post-apocalyptic worlds that we would absolutely not want to be caught in? I think that would be kind of interesting. I know for myself, this is again, there were a few. My main one was THX 1138. This movie
I would say that that's a dystopia.
I don't know.
Not post-apocalyptic. Really? Yeah, I would say that.
I feel like something went down though. Like
for sure. Free. Even like because I was thinking even when we were doing this, like Logan's Run might be okay because that was everyone was having like a swinging good time.
Yeah, but I feel like they evolved into that. Like I feel like the Logan's Run people evolved into it, but then at the very end of THX 1138, Robert Duvall climbs up the ladder, 100 leagues or however far, and he comes out, and it's just barren wasteland in front of him. Well, it's not even wasteland; it's just barren land. So I guess in my head that always noted that world's over, and now they made this new society.
It was a post-apocalyptic that became dystopian. Like that was the response. Exactly. Not that it became chaos. Something else came from the ashes, and it just was terrible.
Exactly. That's how I always felt about it. But if Neil, if you think that's pushing it,
that's fine.
Then there were a few others. There was, what else do I have here? Escape from LA is high on my list because it's just so god awful, goofy and
I couldn't do it.
The surfing scene. I almost really shouted at the screen.
But you just said that you think you'd prefer that to the Escape from New York one.
Yeah, what happened there? And again, this one was The Road. The Road is also pretty high on my list.
Oh,
not
God.
so much for
the Road. I think everyone's number one answer here is The Road. Like let's
it's not mine.
It's not.
I see. The Road is a terrible world, but I don't think the world is any more terrible than any of the others. It was just how it was directed and how it was shot makes it seem super depressing. Yeah. But I think you could take almost any other post-apocalyptic, and if it was treated the same way, it would be just as bad.
Dudes weren't biting off their thumbs in, like, Beyond Thunderdome. You know, like...
But see, the thing is, they may have been off camera, but they didn't show that. Whereas at The Road, they showed all of the terrible stuff. But I'd have to imagine that kind of stuff happens in other apocalyptic movies.
Okay.
But they want to deal with the action bits, right?
Right. I'll tell you what clinched it for me and The Road as far as being the top do not want to go there place is just the dampness. It looked so damp. And it just gets in your bones, and you're just miserable.
It did look pretty damp.
Yeah, like I'm a peaceful guy. I don't like to fight, but I think I can hold my own. I know what I'm doing. You know,
you're not going to say anything about that.
I can beat up a Danny DeVito if I have to. If I'm really looking to abort.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to call anyone out for not being able to beat up Danny DeVito.
But the dampness of The Road, like. They looked so miserable day and night. And I think I would rather take a dirty, rough Mad Max world than the damp or The Road world, to be honest. I lived in Washington State for a few years, and that was enough. Like, I don't need to push it even further.
Remind me again, was there something in The Road where, like, you, like the water was weird? Was like you weren't allowed to drink puddles? Was there something? Was there something going on there?
There was no clean water. I don't think it was any kind of plot point.
Okay. I think not drinking from puddles is just general life advice. Like, I think you may have just heard that growing up.
Yeah, maybe that's where I heard it then. Yeah, maybe.
I can picture a young Neil, like at school. He just did the physical fitness class, and everyone's taking a shower, and they've already dressed and gone out, and he's alone in the shower, and he sees a puddle on the floor in the shower room, and he's thinking, I wonder. And the coach sees him, like, leaning over. Hey, don't drink that. That shit is bad for you. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, now I know.
It reminds me of the...
That's why I came to school today. Yes.
It reminds me of that Kids in the Hall sketch where it's like, don't throw salt in your eye.
Yeah.
Where he keeps saying it, and he keeps throwing salt in his eye like it's the stupidest advice that he could ever receive. That seems to be the same thing with the puddles.
Something that... one of the ones that I was sort of half considering and then sort of kind of like went back and then kind of made it to my I probably don't want to live there list. What was Thunderdome? I mean, I wouldn't want to live in like Road Warrior because like I don't do well. Kind of like the opposite of you, Rob. Like I don't really like being like damp and kind of wet all the time. But I certainly don't like being hot as balls all of the time. And I guess so. Yeah, no, not Mad Max. In Thunderdome, like there's some culture there, you know. Tina Turner's built this community, and everyone seems more or less taken care of. But it also smells like pig shit all of the time.
That's true.
So you get the heat, you get the terrible smell, and I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. No.
But you could, I think, if you wanted to, you could arrange it to where you didn't have to deal with that. I mean. Look, you have the whole Thunderdome village. I don't remember what the town was called.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tina Turner was the queen of it all. But the whole place was brought low by Master Blaster, who was effectively two mentally disabled people, just one with Down syndrome and then a little person who was also clearly mentally disabled.
No, he was smart. I think that was the whole idea. Yeah. I thought he was the smart one, but he was
I thought he was smart but crazy.
But did he just not... Was he so smart that he didn't have to use pronouns anymore? Because he would...
Who runs Blaster Bear? It's Master Blaster. I rule. I smart. I good. I bad.
And it's...
Yeah, man. Like but I think he,
That's more of a personal choice, I think, than any kind of.
Okay. So okay. Then that I buy. Okay, then Neil, you'll have to suffer.
Yeah, no, I don't. I know a guy who pronounces potato, which is to me is stupid.
On purpose or what?
Yeah, like that's just that, and some people say centimeters instead of centimeters, and like, yeah, that's just obnoxious. Like, but I mean, I don't just jump to thinking that they're mentally disabled. Like they just say shit in some weird ways. That's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I shouldn't be so judgmental. Then.
Leave Master alone.
Yeah. Sorry.
Blaster you can shit on all you want, but leave Master alone.
Blaster can't help it. Master is the one making the personal weird the personal decisions.
So the one that I think I would hate the most would be Snowpiercer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because whether you talk about the beginning of the movie, because I would probably be one of the poor people crammed into the back of the train.
Oh, Christ, Kyle. Come on. You can do some stuff. You can do some stuff.
Right, but it's not
You're
about
smart.
stuff. It's not about stuff you can do. It was the wealthy got put to the front of the train.
Yeah.
I'm not there. So I'd be in the cramped back part where claustrophobic and smelly, and if you commit a crime, then bits of you get frostbit off. So the beginning part of the movie, it would be terrible. But if you actually go to the end of the movie, like the way when like the train crashes and now you're living in like an Arctic wasteland for the rest of your life,
Right.
seems even worse. Like it seems like the train crashes and maybe 10% of people survive, and they're in the middle of the Himalayas with nothing, and that's the happy ending.
Right.
Is that we're not on a train anymore, but we're probably all dead within 3 months.
Yeah.
So no situation there is good.
It's true. I kind of like that movie. I like the way they showed that. Like that was.
It's a great movie. I like it, but I don't want to live there.
Fair enough. I think when I first saw it, I was duped into thinking that it was going to be just kind of like some kind of low key actioner, but it's true. Like they really depict it all in a very unappealing way. It would really be a real drag to be in that post-apocalypse.
It sort of felt a little bit like The Road if there were more action elements in it, because it was really depressing, and they made the world terrible.
Yeah. Even if you were one of the rich people, just the extreme decadence for no reason or no destination, just this repetitive cycle of nonsense looked depressive.
Yeah, it's not healthy for you.
Yeah.
This might be a little meta for the conversation, but with Battle Truck, it was just one big truck, and I think there might have only have been like maybe 10, 15 guys in that whole raiding party, and they had literally all of the gas, which was a problem. But I feel like everyone else in the world thought that this was a way bigger deal than it actually was. And I think it would be really frustrating to live in that world where like everyone was like, "Oh no, they got the truck here." It's like, you know what? No, we can figure this out. Like, Battle Truck was a lot of fun, but I feel like everyone maybe focused too much on how impossible this truck was to destroy when
I guess it was far
really
enough in the future. It was far enough in the future that people were really impressed with a big truck.
Yeah.
Like they obviously hadn't seen it before. Like if you were going down the street and you saw a truck that was 80 feet tall, and 300 feet long driving around, you'd be impressed.
I'd be impressed
because you don't see that every day. So this is something they probably have never seen, a truck of that magnitude. They're used to like the Shriners cars, and then they see a truck of that size, and they don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess, because like the whole thing, like when John Ratzenberger was talking about, that's basically who you would be, Kyle, in any post-apocalyptic movie would be John Ratzenberger from Battle Truck. I think that's how I imagine you. Just the way that you framed everything outside of The Last Man on Earth. Anyways, but there's Battle Truck shows up and he takes. The battle truck takes, half of our food for that month or whatever. It's like these guys still have to get out of the truck to do that, and like they have to park it. It's not like they're like idling outside of the community, and it's not like they just keep on driving around and like one guy gets out and takes all the food and jumps back in.
Right.
Like they have to go there, stop the truck.
So you're saying that you don't want to be in the battle truck world, not because of battle truck, but because of the other people that populate the world. And
yeah, exactly. Because
they're just an
embarrassingly
embarrassment.
stupid they are.
I feel like, guys, like that. Can we just, John Ratzenberger, you can invent a bunch of stuff. Like, can we not just take down the battle truck? Like, this seems like it's like one well-placed bomb. I don't know if you remember, but the guy on the motorcycle he dropped through the top of battle truck. Like, it's not, it wasn't metal on top. It was like a tarp.
Yeah.
Like, this battle truck kind of sucked.
Couldn't you just put, like, bananas in the tailpipe or something? Like, does it even need to be that extreme?
I'm just saying, seriously. Like, just
I really
like
the top, the tarp top is nice. It's 800 tons of pure death, but then on the very top, it's just like they decked it out like a little cabriolet or something. It's just, let's get a little style. I mean, the rebels aren't going to get up here, so let's show some flair.
Yeah.
And I always wonder about even with the Death Star and all of that stuff. Like, is it the whole sort of Persian rug philosophy, where it's like there needs to be an imperfection, otherwise it would just be blasphemous. And it's like, yes, we have to have a super weakness. Why? Because it's cool.
I love I love the idea of Axel Foley sneaking up behind the battle truck, shoving a few bananas in there. Oh, man.
Sorry, that is a movie that I would really like to watch. Eddie Murphy in some sort of post-apocalyptic as his Axel Foley character. That'd be great.
Yes.
Just like at the end of Black Knight with Martin Lawrence, they totally set it up for a sequel. Let's just pretend Black Knight didn't happen. But yeah, just put Axel Foley in all these ridiculous situations. Like
Totally.
Beverly Hills Cop in King Arthur's Court. Like,
yes.
Axel Foley's Excellent Adventure. Like, we can just keep on.
Does Judge Reinhold get to come as well?
Yeah, why not? I don't care. Yeah.
Axel, they have rules here. This is it's the round table.
Yeah, they would work really well in pretty much anything. For some reason, the one that jumps into mind would be Harry Potter. I'd love to see Axel Foley being the chosen one. Have to go to wizard school. That would be great.
Well, what was the I had
Golden Child?
The Golden Child.
Yeah. That's such a good movie.
Yeah. No, Golden Child was so goddamn good. But yeah,
true.
Just and he was that dude was basically Axel Foley.
Well, because Axel Foley was basically Eddie Murphy.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So
for a large stretch of time, Eddie Murphy was himself in all the movies, and they were all of the really good ones.
Yeah, right.
I find myself just watching that movie every once in a while. I just throw it on, and like
Golden Child. What do you have, like the Blu-ray or what?
I know. I have it on my computer.
Oh, right on.
And I mean, of all of the movies that Eddie Murphy did around that time, like that one is super dark.
I think it's the most interesting one he did.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's
with all the
he did sort of like a
mystic
sci-fi
stuff,
horror action.
Yeah.
In the middle of his career there, like that. That was really weird. I don't know.
That is a weird choice to do right in the middle of everything. I mean, like he was hot shit at that time, and then he does this weird mystic one. I only remember pieces of that, or images from that movie the most. I don't remember the whole thing so well. I remember him driving around a lot and not really getting far. I remember like this kid was stolen and he drives around a lot looking for where he's supposed to go. And this little kid is eating like one tiny leaf at a time.
Yeah.
And then Eddie has to do these weird ninja tests, jumping from pole to pole, and
With the glass of
into
water
a-
that he can't spill a drop.
exactly. And he has to pour it in the little hole with the fire. And I thought, I did more dangerous things than that little fire grab this morning when I microwaved some popcorn. I mean, come on, dude, just get it done. Just hurry up.
Why did you microwave popcorn this morning?
No, not this morning, but when I was young.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
It almost feels like a movie that was written for somebody else. Like it was another movie, and then Eddie Murphy came in, and then he changed his character's dialogue.
Well,
Yeah.
that's funny you say that, because I was reading back to Beverly Hills Cop. I was reading a little while ago that Beverly Hills Cop was actually developed with Sylvester Stallone.
Weird.
And so they wanted to make this, a movie about a tough cop that goes to work in Beverly Hills. It's like, oh, okay. And like at one point, Sylvester Stallone goes, yeah, we should call him, this sounds like a really good movie. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun and whatever. And it's like, yeah, we should call my character something tough, like John Cobra. And the producers were like, I don't know if that's the direction we really want. We were going to sort of going for like action comedy stuff. I don't know if like a John Cobra really works for this. Sylvester Stallone goes, yeah, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go make my own John Cobra movie. So he left and he made Cobra.
I fucking love Cobra.
And they brought in Eddie Murphy, but there was no script at that time.
Okay.
Like no final script, so Eddie Murphy just improvised like 90% of his lines in that movie.
Crazy. I didn't know that it came from Golden Child.
No.
Golden Child was the
Beverly Hills
birthplace
Cop.
of Cobra.
No, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh,
was,
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills
Okay.
Cop was initially developed to it was almost Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobra's great. I love when they call him Cobra here and there, and he's such a badass, and he says shit like to the bad guy that you're a disease and I'm the cure and shit like that. And then later on, the police chief is fed up with his nonsense because he's a cop on the edge who doesn't play by the rules, and he calls him John Kobrinsky, get in here. It's like, really?
We were just
man.
before we go, because Kyle, I want to ask you because Rob and I touched on this already.
Sure.
So, what's your favorite? And Rob's favorite is John Matrix. Arnold Schwarzenegger is John Matrix from what movie was that? What movie
That was
that?
Commando.
Yeah, Commando.
John Matrix.
Right,
That's
right.
a good traditional American name for a sturdy Austrian.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite action movie protagonist name? 'Cause
God.
John Kobrinsky is pretty bitchin'.
Totally.
No, that's really good. I don't know if there's one that jumps to mind. Like, the names are often the most forgettable parts. Like, when you say
Right.
Matrix, I'm like, oh, yeah, Commando. But, like, a lot of those movies, it's not that John Matrix is in it. It's Schwarzenegger. So I always key it up with that. I don't know if there's a...
In End of Days, Arnold Schwarzenegger's name is Jericho Kane.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah. No.
And the initials JC because he sacrifices himself just like the other histories, Jericho. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean,
Yeah. Just great.
Yeah, I don't know if there's one that jumps out. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of last names of Shepard.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of them both on TV and movies. Last name of Shepard when they want to show that somebody's a good guy.
yeah.
Like the main guy in Lost is named Shepard. There's a. I think a lot of times they'll name U.S. presidents Shepard as a way to
Right.
show that they are a good leader, because
Yeah.
then that's a name you can just drop on it. And every time I hear that name now, I kind of like, oh God, are you kidding me? Like that's the best you could come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's the one that, like, it happens in so many movies, and I'm always just like, that's the best creative you could do. I'd rather they come up with really stupid names.
Yeah.
But no,
Like
what was the
Jesus Bryce.
guy's yeah? I seem to recall the guy in American Ninja having a really dumb name.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day. We were talking about this when we were talking about
Michael Dudikoff. That's
Well,
the
that's the
real
actor's name.
Yeah, no, but we were
Yeah.
we were talking about
It's John
Kinda
something,
what
I
a
think.
stupid name. No, we were talking about American Ninja when we were talking about VHS covers, and yeah, I probably saw one or two American Ninja films. I'm gonna look this up real fast. I think we're getting too far off topic. I think we might wanna call it a day here,
Okay.
because unless we want to just go straight into American Ninja movies.
That's probably the next podcast, because I think
Yes.
there are 4 of them or 5 of them.
Yeah, I think we need to have you back, Kyle, because
For
we could
American,
definitely
I have all of them. I've seen them all.
right on. Ugh, I love those.
So I'm just looking his name up real fast. The American Ninja's name was Private Joe T. Armstrong.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as I thought it was.
No, I feel like it would have. It should have been a lot worse. I bet you in American Ninja 2, there's some more ridiculous names. Oh, that's American Ninja 3. Oh, yeah, this is going to be the best. Blood Hunt. American Ninja 3. Blood Hunt.
Oh man. All right, so let's think about what we're gonna do next time, because it sounds like we've just scratched the surface on these
On a lot
subgenres.
and this is why I wanted to invite Kyle, because Kyle actually knows a hell of a lot about these sort of B action movies, and it'd be cool to have Kyle back. I think what we should do in a couple of weeks, we should all have homework. We
Okay.
should all watch all of the American Ninja movies
Okay.
and just discuss those.
Right
We'll figure out a way to the best of the best. Sorry, I'm just under movies I want.
I like that.
Sorry, best of the best is great, but the name of
Totally.
this blog on IMDb is Movies I Want, and Jesus Christ, really? The first 4 on this list are in order: Best of the Best, Best of the Best 2, Best of the Best 3, Best of the
And
Best
Worst of the
4.
Worst.
And I'm just wondering why.
Is it a list of only 4 movies?
No, there's a lot more. There's a lot of weird. Why did someone
The
make
mediocre of the okay.
Oh shit! I forgot about
Yeah.
Sidekicks.
Just like 800 movies. It's all
Oh.
variations on
No.
this of the this.
Why did somebody make this? You can buy all of these movies for like $5 at Walmart. I don't understand why this guy would make. Was this his Christmas list? It's like movies I want. Okay. Maybe this is his registry for his. I don't know.
His wedding registry.
His wedding
Do you
registry.
think he registered?
Bar
with-
mitzvah?
Yeah, he registered as bar mitzvah.
Oh shit! I have to see this movie. It's called Cover Up. It stars Louis Gossett Jr. and Dolph Lundgren.
Wow, that's
Nice.
2 seals of quality right there.
It looks like a buddy comedy, like
Wow.
a buddy cop movie. I have to see that. Anyways,
Right.
yes, way off
Okay, so-
topic. I think let's put a pin in this.
Yeah.
I think it would be really awesome if you guys would leave something in the comments, which sort of post-apocalyptic world you'd most like to live in, which world
Yes.
you wouldn't like to live in.
Or email it to us at bighumandead@gmail.com.
Yep. Or tweet it at us at Waterloo GN. That's our Twitter handle.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very, very much for listening. Big thanks to our resident expert, Kyle MacKay. And,
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
You're very, very welcome.
Our pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if you like it, tell a friend. Be sure to subscribe so we catch you next week.
absolutely. And cool. Thank you, everyone. And
thanks.
yeah, have a good day.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.